Doug Rost. Today I'm going to clean the fuel injectors on my RT. These are located on the throttle body, which to access you of course have to take all the Tupperware off. What I want to do first is I'm going to disconnect the fuel injector on both sides, put them off to the side and put a piece of cardboard underneath them. Then I'm going to start the bike because I want to see how the spray pattern is on each before I clean them. Doesn't have to be done, but I just think it'd be good information to have. So what we're going to do is, this is your fuel injector seated on top of your throttle body. Your fuel line comes in through this hose off of the fuel rail, which is underneath here, and this is where it sprays the gas into the engine. You've got two bolts on either side that get disconnected. Now before you do this, realize that when you take your throttle body off, or sorry, the fuel injector off, you do need to replace the O-rings. So get the proper replacement O-rings for the fuel injector so you have them on hand. And this is just going to pull out. Be one on either side. Put a piece of cardboard here and we'll check the spray pattern. Before you take the fuel line off of this, understand that it is pressurized, so you do need to reduce the pressure in the tank. While you're doing that, because you're dealing with gas, disconnect the negative terminal on the battery just for safety's sake before you take this apart. One thing I just want to make sure to mention is when you go to remove your injector, take some air and make sure you're blowing off any debris that is around the injector, because you do not want anything falling back into the throttle body that'll then get into the engine, contaminate that, cause issues. So be sure you are being careful around there. Go ahead and take some tissue right away, or if you've got a little port cap, put that on there and then clean around there so that nothing is getting in there. We have our cardboard set up with our injector, and let's turn this over. All right, so there's our spray pattern. Interesting. The spray pattern test looked pretty interesting. I didn't see a ton of difference, to be honest, but then again, it's not going to take much of a difference to have them firing a little differently. And the bike is cold. How's it going to affect? Who knows? So still going to take them apart and clean them. Just wanted to do that to see what it looked like. I have the battery disconnected, the negative terminal, so I can push in the spring clip to take off the electrical connector. Now, if I take this hose off now, gas is going to spew out of here. So I want to clamp off both gas lines coming from the gas tank first. Okay. Gas line is clamped off, and this is going to spill some gas, so be sure you've got something to catch that. Little clip just slides off. Really, the only concern I have is my wife coming in and seeing me work on the bike in my brand new jeans, because she's gonna kill me. Oh well. There we go. A little tug. Here is the O-ring that we're going to replace. Here's our injector. Alrighty. On to the other side. Oh, before I forget, go ahead and mark the left and right side so that you are putting the injector back on the same side. It's a good practice to have. Put a little mark, put an R and an L, whatever you want to do. Alright, we got everything set up now. We have our injector running into a couple tubes that are connecting to a syringe. And then we have a 9-volt battery hooked to a momentary switch. And when we hit that, it's going to open that and allow this to shoot through. So what we want to do is first build up a bunch of pressure in here and run that right through. I've got this loaded up with carb cleaner. You can use lacquer thinner, or really you're just kind of wanting to break out that varnish that's in there. And run that a couple times. That's just some lacquer thinner. And that'll clean that all out. Really straightforward and easy. Then we're going to get, I need to replace the O-ring that the fuel line connects into. It's going to splatter a little. You need to replace the O-ring that goes on the fuel line. Now you can go to BMW and get these for about $5 a piece. Or you can go to the automotive store, and I'll put this number on here, but basically this is the equivalent in an automotive gasket that's used for a Chevy 4-cylinder engine, I believe. So I'll put this injector O-ring number on there, and this is $3.99 for 4. A lot cheaper. And then we've got it. Get that all cleaned out. I'll go ahead and clean this, any of the crap around here as well. All clean.